Hey now Deadheads, we're back again, and I was hoping I would never have to make this video, but unfortunately the day has come. If you've seen any of my videos before, you know I'm pretty positive about Grateful Dead releases. In fact, maybe overwhelmingly positive about Grateful Dead releases. To the point where I'm a little bit worried that someone might falsely accuse me of being a shill for Warner Music Group or Rhino or Grateful Dead Productions or even David Lemieux. But I'm not on their payroll. I'm not a paid shill for any of those groups. I'm just a guy who's really enthusiastic about Grateful Dead records, mostly records, sometimes CDs, and definitely live shows. But unfortunately, there's been a string of misses lately. For me, that string set off with the release of Dave's Picks Volume 23. I did this video about maybe a month and a half ago at this point, and now I've got 2 copies of Dave's Picks 23, and it's still not really right. After about maybe 3 or 4 weeks of emailing back and forth with different Warner support agents, Rhino support agents, I finally got in touch with a specialty support website where I was able to submit yet another claim for support on this release, and they were finally able to send me a replacement copy. So I now have, I've got 2516 out of 5,000 and 2210 out of 5,000, and collectively though, I still only really have 1 copy. Now the reason is the replacement copy that they sent me was also damaged. Across a few of the records, but most notably on side 7 on the other one, there's a big gouge on the other one. A few scuffed records, unclean records. I had to put this through the spin clean as well. It's not just the low quality paper inner sleeves that they're using, but those aren't helping, but just damage. The box appeared undamaged when it arrived, so I can't fault the UPS man. It looks like the pressing plant just really, their quality standards aren't up to snuff. Now, this isn't just an isolated incident. I heard a few complaints about the recent Dead.net exclusive pressing of History of the Grateful Dead Volume 1 Bear's Choice. Fortunately, my copy was in really great condition. I have no complaints there. And I also saw across the Steve Hoffman forums the new 17 CD release, Here Comes Sunshine. A lot of folks having a lot of complaints about the state that their CDs came in that big, beautiful packaging. You would think that that package would be earthquake-proof, definitely UPS-proof, but folks are saying that their CDs arrived outside of the paper sleeves, or sometimes even with glue affixed to the that shiny silver bottom of the CD, making them unplayable. Some people say they're scuffed and they can only play on their old CD player but not their new CD player, or the CD player in their car but not the CD player in their home. And frankly, that's unacceptable to me. That's poor quality control standards for these box sets that are fairly expensive. This isn't a packet of gum or a packet of baseball cards. This is something fairly expensive, especially when you look at these 5 record box sets or these 7 CD box sets, or even, just that 1 LP of History of the Grateful Dead Volume 1. It's not cheap. So we expect slightly better quality standards, but also the customer support has been really quite bad. Like I said, it was about 3 or 4 weeks to get another damaged copy of this record. I'm hearing a lot of folks saying, oh yeah, this is our annual waiting game when we get that big CD box set. Something's going to go wrong, something's going to be scratched, and they've got that special Dr. Rhino email address set up for sending CD replacement requests, and that could take, I think some people said, up to months to get those replacement CDs in the mail. Fortunately, like I said, my Here Comes Sunshine box set came in really good condition. I was able to rip all of those to my music server. I've been streaming those with my PlexAmp app. Sounds fantastic. Really, I think I've given each of those concerts 2 listens through already. And so I can't complain on that front, but it really is discouraging. I buy a lot of these releases, and it seems like most consistently the Dead.net exclusive releases are the ones that arrive damaged. Whoever Rhino is contracting out the manufacturing for that, they're not really doing a great job. When we look at other releases, I haven't seen too many complaints with the most recent Record Store Day release from this year. That I believe that was 5777, that Boston show, as well as the Real Gone release from this year and past years. This year's, of course, was Dick's Picks Volume 1 reissued for the first time in quite some time. really pristine stuff there, really excellent pressing. The whole package is just really high quality, so no complaints there. But really kind of shocking that the Dead.net releases aren't quite up to snuff. And so I wouldn't say that I've had it with Dead.net. I'm going to keep buying these releases. They're too important for me to pass on, but I really don't like the gamble that I feel like I'm taking. Every time, I wait for the UPS man to come, I wait for that shipment to come in the mail, and you have to inspect, you have to clean, you have to be prepared before you can even drop the needle, before you can even listen to these releases. It's kind of a disappointment. I would like to see them do a little bit better, or even issue a statement saying, hey, we recognize that some people are having quality control issues. This isn't just an isolated incident of one person getting a bad package from the UPS man, or one thing that slipped through the manufacturing process at the pressing plant. It seems like a pretty widespread incident, and so I would like to see Grateful Dead Productions, as they continue to ramp up the amount of releases, it's a pretty jam-packed release schedule, at least acknowledge this. Or even just say, hey, our bad. We promise that we're going to do better for all these loyal fans, because these are loyal fans who are supporting Grateful Dead Productions. They're supporting Warner. They're supporting Rhino. And we know that Mark Pincus from Rhino is a big fan. As a fan of the Grateful Dead, and I believe he's a fan. He's not just playing lip service. Acknowledge that you want to put out a high quality product, that you want to put out high quality releases, and you want to put out releases that pass that quality inspection, most importantly. So I apologize that today's video has turned into a little bit of a rant. That's not the purpose of this channel, but I want to stay excited about these releases. I want Grateful Dead Productions to keep putting out a high quality product, and so hopefully they change things soon, and we can rest a little bit more easily when we know our pre-orders are in, or we know that our packages are on the way, as we anxiously anticipate these latest releases. And I know I'm really excited about that June 10th, 1973 release, that RFK Stadium release that's coming out soon. I'm a little bit nervous. I saw that the packaging looks a lot like the packaging from this Dave's Picks 23 with those really cheap, crumbly black paper inner sleeves. And so I'm hoping that we don't have any issues with that, because that's 8 LPs that need to pass the quality inspection. So knock on wood, but I'm really, nervous about what that's going to look like when it arrives in the mail later this month. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for sticking around, watching this video, listening to me rant. If you've got a similar experience, let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to see some more unboxing videos, some more positivity, more excitement about these Grateful Dead releases, consider subscribing. I'm trying to build a little bit of a community here on YouTube, and I really appreciate seeing more and more people join in this small community. Thank you very much. Peace.